What's going on, YouTube? My name is Christian, and you are tuned in to Party Rental Mafia. If it's your first time here, Party Rental Mafia is the channel for anyone interested in or already in the party rental industry. The goal of this channel is to share information that will help you start and grow your party rental business, filled with tips, tricks, strategies, interviews, and how-to videos. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and we appreciate you. If it's your first time here or you haven't done so already, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and ring the bell so you can get notified when more content is released. What's going on, Party Rental Mafia? Christian back with another video. Today's video, we're going to be discussing how did I get into the bounce house business? Where did it started? So before we get into that, if you've already subscribed to the channel, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you find this information useful in the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified when we drop more content. Okay, so let's go. How did I get into the bounce house business? Well, first, let's go back a little bit. So what I was doing before the bounce house business was I was in sales. I've been in sales since I got out of college in 2012. So I graduated from East Carolina University, had jobs, quit jobs, find a new job, repeat that same cycle over and over. I got into the roofing business about 2014, got into the roofing business, worked for a couple companies, got out of it, started working for a company. A guy cheated me out of about $8,000 worth of money, never got the money. A friend of mine that I used to work with at a Verizon retailer, he told me about this roofing company that he started working for. We both went and worked for that company. Since I had experience in the area and they were trying to branch into the Charlotte, North Carolina area, they hired me to do their training as well as sell, knock doors, insurance claims with the roofs, right? So myself, the other gentleman, we were killing the game. He actually got cheated out of, they didn't pay that man so much money, it's ridiculous. Mine wasn't as big as his. So he decided that he was gonna hold off the customers that he already helped and go and start his own roofing business. So I started working for him. I worked for him for about 3 or 4 years. Got in a relationship with Katie. We took things slow. She was up here in Harrisonburg. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Said if we was gonna take things serious, one of us had to move. She had purchased a house up here. And so it only made sense if we were gonna do this, if I moved. Before I got up here, we were discussing, if I was gonna find a job, if we were gonna start some kind of business. I was actually trying to do like wholesaling real estate, wholesaling land, that type of things, where I could just kind of sit behind the computer at the desk, work my magic, not have to do any labor. And she says, hey, I'm thinking about buying some bounce houses. I want to get into the bounce house business. Mind you, me, I was just doing roof inspections, climbing ladders, stuff like that. I was trying to get out of the labor, right? And I knew for the groundwork that, we were going to have to be the ones out there in the field. But she said she wanted to do it. This was like late April, early May-ish around the time. She had never started an LLC or business. I had started one in North Carolina. So what I did was told her how to get it started. She did the necessary paperwork. We did our research on getting a logo, everything. So if you check out my how to start a bounce house business video, those are the things that we did. So getting the logo, getting the LLC, opening the bank account, getting insurance, finding bounce houses, and stuff like that. So it's really not my ideal to get into the business, right? Once I got into the business, we started growing and taking off faster and doing better than we both expected. And so from doing that is kind of the reason why I started the challenge. So that is kind of how I got into the business. Now, I do have a friend in North Carolina. His dad has been in the business for about 20 years. And I remember some years ago when I lived in North Carolina, my friend Jay, he was going to set up some bounce houses and for his dad's company. He needed some help. And I was like, sure, I can go out there and help. So It was back in the days, back in my party hard days. So funny story is we went to go set up, had to do a route that day. It was just the both of us. I don't know how to roll up a bounce house. I don't know how to put one up. I can't tell you the first thing about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but we went, I helped him out. I partied way too hard the night before. So literally the whole time that Jay is driving and we're going from setup to setup, I'm asleep, I'm sick as a dog. I'm throwing up in grocery bags and, like, you know, not tossing them out the window, but if we stop at a gas station or something, I'm tossing them in the trash can and we're going to set up. Now I was fine doing in front of the customers and stuff like that. But I was like, man, now that I'm in the business, I'm like, what was I thinking, right? This stuff is tough, right? And I could have been like that out in front of the customers. Luckily, I wasn't, because I didn't want to represent their company bad in that way. But that was my first taste of what it was like to run a bounce house. Well, not run a bounce house, but do the labor, do the work for the bounce house company, right? And so when she was like, yes, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to start. Being supportive, I was like, yes, I'm in. But based on my experience from partying too hard and being drunk, I was like, this is some tough work. So I was a little skeptical on it. It's been nothing but a blessing for us since we got started in this business. We've learned a lot. We've made a lot of relationships and connections. We're continuing to learn. There's a million things I could tell you that we messed up on. If I were to do it again, there's a bunch of different things that I would probably do different, but that just comes with the knowledge, right? If you don't go through it, you don't get the knowledge. So bounce house business was not my idea. Actually, at one point in time, even with the bounce house company, I wanted to start a roofing business. We didn't do the roofing business route. I actually did start a transportation business. So there's a big gap of me not making any videos. I was probably on the road doing the transportation business. I left Katie here and we had a guy, Christian, and a guy, Caleb, that they helped her set up while I was gone. They helped her clean, do stuff like that. But she pretty much had to run the business themselves because I was the owner operator out there on the road. I was gone like 2 weeks at a time and she's like, cut it out. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So got out of the transportation business. Here I am, full-time, fully invested in our bounce house business. I'm committed to scaling it and growing it to see it where we want to. So this is not a side hustle for us. If you do this as a side hustle, it's completely fine. Just know what you want to do when you in this business. So if you want to do it as a side hustle or you want to do it as like an enterprise and you want to grow it where 20, 30, 40, 50 years later down the road, 100 years down the road, your business is still going, the amount that you're going to have to pay yourself, the amount of work that you're going to have to do and sacrifice, things are going to look different. There's no wrong answer for either. But before you get in this business, make sure that that's what you know and you figure that out. So we had no idea which route we were gonna go to begin with. So, but now we're here. This is how I got into the bounce house business. This is how I got into the bounce house business full time. So now that we're here, we're committed to it, seeing it grow. And my plan is with this Party Rental Mafia is to grow this community, give you more information and stuff that can help your business. And as our business continues to grow, Party Rental Mafia continues to grow, and you can kind of see the steps and it can help be a blueprint for your business. So I feel like being able to let you see the real is just gonna help it out. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much how I got into the business. So I didn't come looking for it. I didn't see anybody on YouTube. I knew somebody in the business and it still didn't occur to me to get into the business. So yeah, it's Katie's idea. Right? And actually I did an interview with Nick Glassett, right? And his story is pretty similar on how he got into the business. So when I was able to talk to him and we were chopping it up and, you know, what made you get into the business? First thing he said off the rip was his wife was like, I'm thinking about buying some bounce houses. So look, tip right here, ladies and fellas, right? Fellas, if your woman's like, hey, I want to get into the party rental business or bounce houses or any of that sort, support them, act on it, be in it with them, right? So I actually do this full time. Katie actually has a full-time job that she does that works from home, allows her to have the flexibility to pretty much do this full time. So she's doing like 2 full-time jobs, right? But yeah, it seems like it's a reoccurring theme of how people are getting into this business. Is the women see the niche for it. They see the need for it in the community, right? I didn't see it. The more that I'm in it now, I do see it. So if anybody is thinking about getting into the business and you got any questions, watch the videos. We're gonna be dropping some more videos. Answer some questions in the comments. I'm gonna do better about getting to the questions in the comments. Until then, I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Party Rental Mafia, Christian in the building, letting you know how I got into the business. Whatever reason you have getting into the business, don't forget that reason. Whatever that reason, that why is, that's got to keep you motivated even on the tough days. So that's my last tidbit for it. I'll catch you on the next video. Out.